Hey there, Elite Runner fans. The king of Elite Runners, Elite Godstin, is back for my game build creation gameplay. This right here will be the continuation of my Season 1 game build creation. Still under beta, by the way, so just FYI. We're now going to continue on to level 3 areas. But anyways, let's begin on this one. So where we left off last time was in level 2 areas of Mickey Jug Mountain, but now we're going to move on to level 3 areas of Tomorrow City. But before we do that, we need to finish off a few other side quests around the main areas of the hub world. And I still gotta do a whole lot of NPC checking as well too for any type of typos and any type of errors I missed as well too. And I did also go offline as well too before I started the recording to make sure I did reset everything for level 3 areas. And there was one tiny little bug I didn't realize. I thought I had it all fixed and ready to go. I was doing a test run of the boss fight for level 3, but it turns out there was one specific enemy that ruined the entire fight. So I had to go back and see who caused that, and then realize there was one specific enemy I missed. But that'll be later on for the discussion anyway, all about it. And we got that done. Now we can go over to the house and talk to the telephone and get a reward. And now we can go over here real quick. This will be your first encounter of this anyway, because you can kind of see in my inventory spot, I have all of these right here. That's mostly for my stuff anyway. For any of that stuff right there, I'm not going to do any jump cuts, unfortunately. The only type of jump cuts is only just like specific errors, but there's also one other specific thing as well too. But I'm not going to say that yet, because that's in a specific level area I have not encountered yet, and I'm not going to say it because that's going to be a whole lot of spoiling. But for this one, I am just going to do a few, well, not technically for this one right here, you can kind of see my inventory where I'm just going to take one and put one down, because that's the only spell thing I can do. So that one will still be okay, but anytime a jump cut edits, like if there's a specific command block that's not registering, that's where I had to jump cut on that one. I think that's mostly everything we have on Oz Town. So now we can just move back. I'm going to move in a single muscle because I know that's going to start detecting it soon anyway. Now we can talk to Marcus, so that way we can see how many we need. We need 9 power sparks for this one. But now we got tons of power spark grinding to get. Meaning we have access for all the side quests for the detective agency, and also side quests for the City Hall one. And I'm just going to do as fast as I can anyway, so I'm still going to scroll down, but I'm not going to do it like super slow, so I'm just going to move it down fast. Because like, there's a whole lot of like times I had to just like see if I can still minimize more down on stuff anyway, but I'd rather not do that at the moment. Oh yeah. Got the first quest done for the Detective Mickey. Now we can go over to Pete in City Hall and help out with Bunny Roundup. There should be a wait, was there already a third one? Oh, wait. Oh no, there it is. This is still under development, by the way, so I'm still trying to think of some ideas anyway. And I'm not even supposed to breed these guys anyway, because I know these ones and carrots will still do the trick, but I'd rather not. And plus, I don't know why Pete wants to round up bunnies so bad, even though Oswald doesn't mind about it, but I don't know why at the moment. Like, I just imagine in the game, like, I don't know why he wants to do that, because they're, like, harmless and they're really cute. But I don't know why, like, in the actual game itself. That's what's bothering me the most. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. Because I did that. I did these two. Actually, no, I did that one. I did the time trial for Oztown. Okay, wait, hang on, I gotta think through. So, I start off with 5. So then Oztown gave me... No. Did I start off with 4 or 5? So the first one is from Main Street, when you go into the museum and turn in the cutlass. Then there's one from the usher, that's 2. 3 from Clarabelle if you get the 3rd bucket of milk. Technically for the ice cream cake, but I just did birthday cake ingredients. So that's 3. I'm drawing a blank! Because I'm not sure if Grandma Prescott counts as 1 for the Power Spark if you return his wrench when you do complete the telephone quest. But there's also Mickey Junk Mountain Phone Network, so that's 4. Oztown 5. Pete 6. Detective Agency 7. I'm not sure what the other one was I missed. Yeah, I think it'll probably click into my brain anyway once I figure it out. And also add this right here because whenever you go over to the cinema and turn in the amount of reels you have on the scoreboard, I put a little developer commentary on this one, well, technically for myself, saying that this was a discontinued item because I don't have a thing that's implemented in to see it actually. So the only type of compensation pool will be just mostly just money for your troubles. Okay, there's the 9th one right there. But I'm not done yet. Because I still have to do these real quick, and since I have enough money, I can start upgrading my gear now. There's the silver pin, but I still need to get a few more on this one anyway. Let's go ahead and sell my armor real quick. And now we can start going into the shop and upgrade my gear. Let's move this over to the chainmail this time. And let's just get protection 2 on these ones. And then for this one, let's go ahead and do 200. Perfect! Should I? Nah. Okay, so we got mostly everything all done in that one, so now we can move on to Tomorrow City, which is level 3 areas. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Plutopia Part 1. Ow. Ow. Travel to Tomorrow City, travel to Tomorrow City Square. We are now on level 3 areas of 3-1 Tomorrow City. And we also have a new quest available as well too, is finding animatronic Goofy's parts. So that will still also be included as well too, but you're not going to see on the scoreboard. So it's going to be also added into my tiny little understanding scoreboard cheat sheet, where it says like the number of quests I had to complete, the number of pins I collected, and for this one, the finding amount of animatronic parts I had to find. Like Goofy, for example. And his first one's right in here. And there's also a gremlin I gotta save as well too in this one. Okay, we got the gremlin. And we got that all done. Now we can go on to level 3-2, Tomorrow City Lagoon. Because we got the animatronic Goofy part, and also free the gremlin. And I believe there was not another one I didn't even see by off chance anyway. Like a specific pin, but no. Ooh. I gotta be more careful. No. Okay, I really gotta heal. And we're now in Tomorrow City Lagoon. I'm gonna drop this. Because we got the spatters and the sweepers. They now have advanced helmets now because they're in a specific type of area. And this is your introduction to a tougher beetleworks, which is the spinner. I did the spires on these ones anyway because that's the only closest resemblance I can do. But the downside is I don't have like the special attack for them anyway because all they do for the spiders is just jump. But I did not implement the thing into the game for being exactly like what it's supposed to be. I heard another one. Oh, there it is. Let's free up this gremlin right here. And then down below, There's another gremlin inside the lava pool, so I'd rather wait at the moment. Because we have a pin that we need to collect. Which I did not mean to do that on purpose. So now we have the UFO challenge we gotta do. Yeah, this seems pretty easy. I'm still gonna find a better alternative method for this one next time, so I think probably just replace it with like a pressure plate or something instead of having just these guys be summoned in, because it just seems a little bit too sneaky and too cheating like method, but it's still under beta, so I'm still gonna fix that up anyway. And I still need more time on my Pixel Gun 3D weapon stereotypes, in case you guys are wondering about that. I'm still going to do that, but I still need more time anyway, because I just only did one while I was on my vacation. And now we have our introduction to a new type of blottling, which is the Slobber, and for this one, I did the Ravager. And now it says survive 1 minute or just defeat the Slobber entirely. For this one, I'm just going to survive 1 minute. You can kind of barely see a little bit on the timer sequence anyway, but it's a little bit kind of hard to see. So just keep running around in circles. It'll probably tire itself out. Now, while we're doing this as well too, I can probably do a quick discussion about this as well too, because in the actual game itself, for the Slobber fight, you have two choices, either doing the thinner or the paint. And you can kind of see the emerald and diamond blocks, for example. Diamond is for the paint and emerald's for the thinner. If you do decide to go for the thinner path, in the actual game, you have to just spray thinner onto the Slobber, and it will defeat it entirely, and you'll get a specific NPC called Mr. Rover. And if you do defeat the Slobber by using a thinner, you'll get a specific pin, which is the gold pin. But for this one, we're just going around and going for the paint path, because if you do choose the paint path by just making the Slobber friendly, you'll get a specific animatronic part, and that's the one you need to find for Goofy. So for that one, we did the paint path on that one, so we survived 1 minute. And we also have a new item as well too, which is going to be the sketches. So for this right here will be the TV sketch. I use an item frame on this one. It needs to be placed on a specific block, which is the iron block. Now we move on to level 3-3, Tomorrow City Square. That was close. Alright, now we're in level 3-3, Tomorrow City Square. We got a whole bunch of enemies in this one. I think I'll probably just drop this anyway, because there could be some spatters around that will probably ruin my parkour jumping methods. And down below, there's a power source mechanism that needs to activate the Sky Tramps, which has the access point to animatronic Goofy's third part included, but that one I'm going to discuss about in a second. But right here is where I have specific holes on where you have to find the button, but one of them seems a little bit slightly off. It's this one right here. But when I was a kid, when I was in this area, I couldn't even find. Ignore that one, because that's supposed to be a later on thing feature, but I didn't even know he was still there anyway. But anyways, back to what I was saying. When I was a kid, when I played this game on the Wii version, I couldn't find his last one anywhere because I grabbed the first one from level 3 1 and the second one from level 3 2, but I could not find his third part. I kind of figured out where to get his last one at level 3 4 because that's only the things I could think of. But when I was a kid, when I was playing this, I only missed 2 of the 4 parts. And in order to get those back, but you can't go back in because they're only one attempt, you have to buy them from the shop. But for that one, I did not implement that in, unfortunately. So for this one, you only get one simple attempt, and if you did not get that, you don't get to talk with Goofy, and you don't get the Power Spark from him, unfortunately. Which is what I implemented in for the game myself. Not the actual one that they implemented in, but to only me in general. I almost fell. And now I just wait. Got that one. Oh, I gotta come right back and free up this button. And then for the trams, I did the same type of method all the way back at level 1 areas, which was still going to be the strays, because if I used a repeating command block minecart, it was not going to work out because something did not seem right, because I never experienced with those ones at all. Because what I wanted to do is that if I used the repeating command block idea, all I had to do is that I had to make sure that the player is like nowhere in sight, like in range. Like it has to be a radius of like 1, which is only like inside the track itself, but for some reason it did not want to work out, so I decided to not do that feature. And now we have the gold pin on this one, but I believe we were missing something else as well too, but I think I could be wrong. Because we have the animatronic part, we saved all the gremlins, we did all the quests completed, we got the gold pin, so I think we're all good on that one. And now we'll move on to level 3-4, which is Space Voyage. I almost forgot about the frame reel on this one. I might still need to cut this back just a little bit because it seems really too close. Now, I did a tiny little tweak on this one where we have an option of either the trams or electricity. If I did the electricity, it'll just mostly be the lightning, but then it was going to be too much of like a volume warning, and most folks with ear issues, like, I'd rather not do that, so I decided to replace them with only just dripstone. Let's go ahead and do trams on that one. Yeah, we got the Spladoosh's return from Junk Mountain, which is the very first encounter with them. Let's go over here. Oh, come on. Oh, that's right. That's the specific thing I was going to talk about. When I was doing test runs on the boss and see like if it was still going to move around. Turns out there was one specific enemy I missed, and it kind of ruined the actual thing, so I'm going to do a quick jump cut edit, so I'll be right back for just a few seconds. Okay, we are back now, and I just had to replace that one pressure plate because that's what was supposed to activate when you had to get inside to power up the mechanism, so that specific enemy later on kind of ruined it, so I didn't realize like what was going on. But anyways, we're now move on to a puzzle source where we had to move this specific stand block down to here, which is the actual power core. And we got it. But we still got to free up some gremlins as well, too. And also, we had to help out the detective person because they said something about dog tags in this area. Which we already got already. And also a new introduction as well, too, which is the Beetleworks Tanker. Previously, beforehand, I did the Pillagers, but for some reason, it just seems a little bit too, like, off-looking, but as soon as I saw a new variant skeleton was added into Minecraft, I decided to wait a little bit on that one and replace the Pillagers with a new skeleton variant type, which is the Bogged. And for that one, it shoots poison arrows, which is the perfect fit for the actual one I'm looking for. Alright, we shut down one of the Beetleworks generators on that one, but we still need to go onto the other side and get that. But there's a Spladoosh down below, so I'd rather get him out of the way before I fall into the void. Alright, we got that all taken care of. But I'm really hoping that the enemies themselves did not go through because I am going to miss a few pins, so I'd rather hurry quick. And also get the other animatronic part as well, too, so I'm really hoping they don't go through. Alright, we got that. So I might have to change that setting as well, too, and have it be whatever needs to be dealt with already. Okay, so I got that. Got the final animatronic Goofy part. But I still got to get the pins. So I got to go all the way back around and get those quick, because there's a bronze and a silver in this one. I didn't even see there was a silver around. I just only kept seeing the tiny little alcove section, which has only just the bronze. And then we have the boss fight, and then I'll be right back for a jump cut, and be right back. Okay, we are back. I do apologize about that long wait, because for some reason, I couldn't remember if I did collect it, but I wasn't even sure about it. So I might have to still do some changes around here anyway. But anyways, with that all set aside, we're going to get the silver pin and the bronze, and then we're going to move on to the boss of level 3 areas, which is Pete-tronic. And I think we have everything else on that one, so I think we're good. And away we go. Let me move that out of the way, because we don't need that anymore. Now for this one, we have to survive 2 minutes, or just defeat Pete-tronic entirely. And for this fight, I did the Wither. So for this one, we're just going to move around in circles, so that way we can calm him down, meaning by just get him tired. And this is why I was doing test runs of this as well, and see what happens. And sometimes you'll see this numerous times already, where it says, like, get off the platform, or platform restored, because it's like a tiny little timer sequence, so you have to make sure, like, how much time you have left before it says time to get off that platform before it gets removed. Because we're trying to copy exact same resemblance as for the game itself, but I'd rather not do that. Well, technically, I would still do it anyway, just to have players still hit the enemy, which is the boss, but I'd rather not. And I believe this one right here took me, like, forever, but I think I could have been wrong. It might have been another one on this one. So, what I did entirely is just, I think this one took me like roughly 2 days or something because I had to get the perfect amount of command blocks to be correct in a specific order, where sometimes if the player dies and just has to restart, that one started to glitch out on me. And also a few command blocks I missed as well too. Like some of them have like gaps where it shows like a specific detection of a command block, then it shows empty with another one included of another detection. Then it was like, what's going on? And I realized there was one specific command block I skipped over to do another command block length. So I did not do that, unfortunately. And we are down to 5 seconds, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we did it. And that will conclude all of level 3 areas. We're still going to be coming right back into 2 specific levels, but I'm not going to say anything more about that yet, because we need to do a few more other quests to help out Oswald for gaining each specific rocket part. But anyways, that will conclude that session right there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Lightning Strike.